Hi guys, my name is Ellie Garcia, and I will be doing my debate 2, side B, which is states do not have to suspend protecting human rights for security reasons. I will be using this debate with current events and previous historical events that have occurred. The first historical event that I will use as an example that suspended protecting human rights for security reasons is was the Japanese imprisonment camps of World War II. So, when the bombing of Pearl Harbor occurred, many Japanese Americans were put into Japanese imprisonment camps. This was largely harassment and discrimination upon these innocent people. The human rights were largely infringed just for security reasons. It was discrimination, and while we hope that history does not repeat itself, a couple of years later, it fast forward to 2001, September 11th, the terrorist attack of the Twin Towers, where after the attack of the Twin Towers occurred, many Muslims were discriminated against due to their orientation, not what they had actually done. Also, along with the discrimination in the presidency administration at the time, the Patriot Act was upheaved, and the Patriot Act largely violated the Fourth Amendment and the Constitution and some basic human rights, where the government could not conduct a search without obtaining a warrant and showing probable cause to believe that the person has committed or will commit probable crime. Many people were harassed with this act. And while it was not right, it did occur, and it goes to show that why we should not have to suspend basic human rights for security reasons. While we do have the right to go through security measures, some things are not worth the reach to overcome human rights. And my argument against it is that this can be limiting to asylum seekers. The most current event that we're seeing with asylum seekers is the caravan coming through Mexico from Honduras. So in recent news, the Trump administration has ordered thousands of troops to the United States-Mexican border where hundreds of migrants are coming in to seek asylum because they are undergoing a violent environment and are very poverty-stricken. These people have been threatened to be detained in their tent cities without proof of criminal or terrorist groups. Many of these people are just largely fleeing, like I said before, poverty or violence that has been stricken across Honduras. And in the dozens of interviews that the Washington Post has done, they have found that these migrants are actually just families, many of them who have lost a member, a family, a relative, or a friend, and they're fleeing with their families with small children in hopes to come and gain work and a good education. But with certain security, they're denying some human rights, especially within asylum seekers, it is very limiting for them to come and try and come across the border, because and the administration seeks that they can be a possible threat to the nation's security. According to a statistics page, the number of refugees who arrived in the U.S. in 2016 was 84,989. And the number of individuals granted asylum in the United States, affirmatively and defensively in 2016 that were granted asylum, has gone down to 20,455. This number largely represents how much larger the decreasement of asylum seekers have made, which only goes to show that there's even less security reasons why we should, or fewer people to worry about when it comes to security and human rights. more often we see in recent news that most terrorist attacks are actually committed by Americans and not outsiders coming from other countries. So when it comes to security and human rights, we're only limiting asylum seekers when it comes to coming into the country and seeking asylum. We should be more focused on our current country state and how we are treating terrorist attacks within our country, not coming from outside. While we should focus, though it should be, of course, of high importance to seek security outside of the United States, we've seen more often in the news that a lot of these attacks are coming from within our country. And due to that, and even still, that our human rights shouldn't be limited or shouldn't be suspended for those security reasons. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching.